There are two ways of installing WordPress on your hosting. One is automatically using some third-party softwares, and another is to manually install WordPress. In this part, we will understand how we can install WordPress automatically. Now, most of the cPanel provide a lot of automated softwares, like this one here is using Softaculous app installer. Here you get a list of all the applications which can be installed on your hosting. Like Joomla is again a CMS system like WordPress. PHPBB is again a blogging system like WordPress. So what we have to do here is we have to select WordPress in this case. In case if you are not finding Softaculous app installer, you can also look for site software. Site software can also help you install WordPress. However, since we have WordPress installer here by Softaculous, I will be using Softaculous for the purpose of this video. We can just click on WordPress. Once we click here, we can see the overview, the install options, the demo, etc. We will click on the install now option. Here we can select the version that we want to install. I would recommend you to install the latest version always. Choose the install URL, the website where you want to install WordPress. In this case, I will just use some normal website, one of the websites. I will just use one of the websites. In this case, I will use cpanel.org, and in the directory, ideally the directory will be blank because we want it to be installed in the main domain itself and not in a directory or a folder. However, since this is a demo and I already have WordPress installed on this URL or this domain name, I will just add a demo in the directory. I repeat, if you are to install WordPress on your domain name for the first time, you need to leave this directory blank. You need not enter anything there. I'll just add demo there. Next, you can add your website name, the description. Okay, I will my first website. I'll add a name as my first website. Description: I love blogging on this website. Enable multi-site. Multi-site is a different feature of WordPress which we do not require to update in this case, so we will just leave it blank. Admin user, okay, you can have I'll keep my username as my name. I prefer doing that. Password, I can put 123 exclamation. Just make sure your password is strong. In this case, I'm just using it a dummy account. Still, I'm getting a strong password. The stronger password you have, the better it is from the security perspective. Admin email ID, you can add your email ID in the admin email ID. I will add my email ID in this case. Make sure you don't forget to add an admin email ID because this is one of the most important communication way. If there is any problem on your website or if you want to reset your password, you will receive all the communication on the admin email itself. Select the language. By default, it's English. You can select some other language as well. However, I will just select English in this case. Login attempt, limit the login attempts. This is mainly for to avoid hacking of your website. You can limit the number of times a person can attempt to log in on your website. However, if you are not very well versed with remembering password, or if you are not noting the password, I would suggest you should uncheck this option, but if you can note down your password somewhere and you are sure that you will not forget it, you can just check this option for better security. Classic editor, we will add a classic editor option as well. Classic editor is the default WordPress editor which was used previously. Now they have got a visual editor which is in place, so we'll talk more about that when we are exploring more features about WordPress. However, I will just select this option in this case. Advanced options, you need not touch them. They are mainly related to the database on your server, and where your data, WordPress data, will be saved. However, if you want, you can tweak that with giving some other names to it, like you can just change the name as my website, etc. So do you want to auto upgrade and also do not auto upgrade? There is an option to upgrade. So WordPress launches updates every now and then, so if you want it to be upgraded automatically, you can select that. However, I would suggest do not auto upgrade, because at times after upgrade you will see a lot of changes also. So it's always recommended to manually update your changes. Select the theme. This is totally optional, we can do this later as well. Themes are mainly the look and feel of the website, what type of look and feel do you want, so we can do this later. Email these details too, so I'll just get it emailed to my ID as well, so that I get an email notification of all the installs that we have done. Now that we have filled up all the information in here, what we can do is we can just click on the install button, and here we can see the installation is in progress and it has been successfully installed. So I can just visit this URL here, and also the admin URL. If you can see, this is the admin URL. I can just go to the admin URL as well. So my WordPress website is technically, it is ready with the sample pages and the dashboard where I can make n number of changes that I want to. This is very easy. So installing WordPress automatically is a very easy step. When we are trying to do it manually, there are little more efforts and steps compared to when we do it automatically. So we will have a look at those steps as well.